at high speeds. Bobby? Well, we don't know what the reason is for this driving at these high rates of speed. Does he know he's being pursued? That's a big question. I'm just going to kind of keep that, in the we'll talk about that later box. You saw that right there. A Prius was actually trying to keep up with this vehicle there just for a moment. Looking out the window, we're at Balboa, making that hard. Looks like we're going to go up. What I'm talking about. When he gets those red lights, yeah, he's not running that red light. He's basically makes these crazy U-turns to avoid that red light. Safe? No, definitely not. But at least you can see that he's not running a solid red. That's a little bit of a better attitude or a better driving tactic. When we follow these things, the only thing we really are worried about is that somebody innocent or that driver gets hurt during one of these chases. Right now, though, those high speeds, definitely not a good thing. We've already gone by the dog park. Right now, we're right by Lake Balboa, the park area. Looks like he's slowing down just a little bit, and I can tell you that Skyfox, well, we're going to be. One ear I'm listening. We're actually hearing the Van Nuys Tower because we're right at their approach. They're making us slow down a little bit. We'll get that vehicle back on the screen here in just a second. Even the PD ship right now being affected by the traffic, meaning the air traffic, but that vehicle continues to drive erratically. And we'll get it back here on the screen here in just a second. I believe he's actually on Woodley now, northbound on Woodley. Southbound Woodley. He's right underneath us. Oh, he's still? Okay, never mind. We'll get him back. He's on Victory. There he is. There he is. And Bobby, just so you know, right now, Skyfox exclusive, the only other helicopter up here chasing this vehicle right now would be the LAPD. And, they're broadcasting, but not to the masses. Right now, though, their discussion is, are they going to re-engage the pursuit because of the erratic driving and because of the fact that this is a danger to the public? It looks like he might be. Let me take a look out the window here. It looks like he's getting back onto the freeway. He's been on the freeway a couple of times already this afternoon. This isn't going to be the. Nope, he didn't get back on the freeway, Justin. Justin, he's on Victory. He's on Victory, right off the nose. Right off the nose. A little bit to the left. I mean, to the right. To the right. You're going the right way. To the right. No, that's not him. That's not him. He's farther up. He's almost at the intersection. Yep, there he is. And again, you can see these high speeds continue out here. The more he makes his way into the heart of Van Nuys, the more traffic. Anybody that drives out in this area is going to know that. You can see right there, it got actually stuck behind a vehicle, doing a little bit of a backup right there, and continuing on. This is now trying to squeeze onto Sepulveda Boulevard. Again, high speeds for the most part. He hasn't really gotten too close to many vehicles, but, Bobby, I'm with you on the fact that, the original want is a danger, or reckless driving, high speeds, and of course, we worry that something's going to happen. He's going to get through an intersection or, heaven forbid, hit a pedestrian. But, the reality is the officers, they have to make these decisions, and I'm not talking about the guys and the men and the women in those vehicles, but the ones that are basically at the station, the commanders. They're going to have to make these decisions. Do they let this person go, and then what happens if they do? Those are the type of decisions that have to be made at a higher level. Right now, though, what they're saying is they're going to keep that helicopter above. They're calling out the locations. If this does come to a stop, I can guarantee you officers from LAPD will appear magically out of nowhere, what it would seem, because they are in the area. They are hearing what's going on. And also, let me add to this, Bobby, one more thing. They actually are trying. They are actually trying to put out spike strips to stop this vehicle. The black and whites definitely have pulled back a bit, and actually we're seeing it might actually be working. It seems like the speeds have kind of slowed down. You can see what we were talking about. Anybody who drives in the valley, especially on Sepulveda Boulevard, is going to recognize what's happening right here. And you can see he's kind of in the traffic out there. When Justin pushes in every now and then, you can see through the windscreen some hand gestures, and I'm not talking about anything obscene, but this person seems to be very agitated. Perhaps he's on a cell phone talking to somebody right now, but he seems to be very agitated, very animated inside that vehicle. A lot of hand motions, and again, you can see these speeds. We got the speedometer up. We're right over it. Those are pretty accurate. You're going 50, 60 miles an hour on Sepulveda Boulevard, heading into the Sherman Oaks area. There's another opportunity for the 101. That might be something he might take, but if he gets back on Ventura, and that is where this all started. When we started listening to this at the Skyfox base, he was on Ventura Boulevard and driving erratically at extremely high speeds, and that's what caught the attention of the helicopter. Volkswagen. That's going to be the 101, Bobby. That was the 101 right by the 405. He's coming up on the old Sherman Oaks Galleria, but it's still the Galleria, but not the way we remember it from kids. And but see, he's going 54 miles an hour. There's going to be traffic right there when he gets up onto Ventura. We'll see what he does. He's been on Ventura several times. Let's see if he does it. Goes back. Maybe he's going to make his way back to where he started. But again, just these high speeds, maneuvering like that. Luckily, not even any kind of bumping or any type of paint swapping. But right now, you can see he's making his way up. So that's going to be Ventura Boulevard right there. We'll get the location here and figure out where he's going in just a second. No, he's still circling. I'm sorry, Bobby. We kind of just making our way back, and we're watching as the LAPD helicopter doing some amazing flying down there. It was almost worth showing sometimes. Doing pirouettes, keeping in that area where that vehicle is. It looks like he's making his way. He's definitely westbound on Ventura. Just went underneath the freeway. Justin just went underneath the freeway. No, he's westbound on Ventura Boulevard, okay, and so to the left, to the right there. See the helicopter? That's him. There he is. You got him. Oh. Behind another building there. We're going to make a move as quickly as possible here in Skyfox and keep an eye on him. That's the Courtyard Marriott. Oh, there it is, Courtyard Marriott right there at the corner. And it looks like he's continuing down that street. A lot of these, also, we've covered a couple of fatalities. Some of these streets right there, dead end into the freeway sound wall. So going to keep an eye on that. You can see he's driving, and maybe this might be where he lives. Just go a little wider. Might have stopped right there, yep, and the LAPD helicopter right above him. We're going to get a little closer just in case he does get out and decides to run, but definitely using that tree as cover right now, and we're going to keep an eye on it the best we can. There it is. That's the back of it, right? Just push in, just make sure that's him. That's not him? Okay, that's the... All right. Keep looking. We'll keep looking. Yeah. So the general consensus right now is that this that vehicle had stopped and then maybe is pulled into underneath the trees. We're going to keep an eye on it. We know that the LAPD is bringing... or at least is calling out the location. I don't see any of the ground units. Whoop, apparently there's the vehicle itself. So it has stopped, but we don't know if he's actually gotten out of that vehicle, and then also, this could turn into maybe some sort of barricade if this guy runs into a home, which it looks like he actually kind of sort of parked it. So we're going to get these things sorted out and get back to you as quickly as possible. Right now, that vehicle definitely seemed to have stopped. What you said right there on Orion Avenue in the Encino area, very close to Ventura Boulevard. Yep. Yeah. Yep. There he is. Yep. Yep. Well, the officers. Yep. So definitely the airship is talking, the LAPD helicopter talking to those officers, telling them basically what home this person ran into. He was in a better position when that vehicle stopped. That suspect jumped out. So at least he's out of that vehicle and, not causing any problems on the streets. LAPD, they're here on scene right now. You can see those officers making their way into there. But that's the thing, too. After that type of attitude, after that type of aggression, they're not just going to run up into that house. They're going to proceed with caution, and that's what you can see right there. Now, apparently, the helicopter, the PD helicopter, is, and they're not sure if this is his home. That's what I was actually waiting to hear. They're not sure if this is his home or if there's somebody he knows or perhaps just a random spot that he picked. So right now, a very tense situation. And I'm not sure if they actually have contact with him. Right now, it's just a lot of conversation between the officers and the helicopter trying to narrow down where that suspect is. Very. The cross street, I have to go. Yeah, we'd have to go a little bit wider, but the major cross is going to be Ventura, and there you go, Camarillo. Camarillo is going to be the closest cross. Right now, I'm hearing some crosstalk. They're talking about a female that's out there, so they're not sure if that is somebody that this person knows. Again, so this is one of those situations, like you said, less than lethal is on scene there, and like you said, right now we're reading their. Oh, wow. Now they're okay. So basically what they're saying is, what is this person wanted for? And they're saying that it's reckless driving and a possible home invasion at this residence. So they are very unclear if this person knows this, the driver of that suspect of that car they were chasing knows the people that live in this home or not. But right now, it's basically it's a standoff, but you can see very tense down there. Bobby? Bobby, you rock, wherever you are. So this isn't the address where that vehicle's registered to. His name's Joseph, by the way. No wants, no warrants. Just decided to go run amok this afternoon. If that's him. That might not be him. What? Was that Melissa? No, they switched to Van Nuys. Channel 9, Van Nuys. Van Nuys, Van Nuys. They're not talking right now, Melissa, but you'll hear them. They're on their base. You heard that, right? Okay. This is going to turn into a standoff. He's peeking out the window. For anybody who's listening in the studio that doesn't know what's going on, he's peeking out the window. He's definitely inside the window, and they're trying to make contact with him, basically say, come out. And they're setting up a perimeter. They're going to get the officers to the backside of to the home as well. But the vehicle not registered to this location. But we don't know who is driving it. All right, we're up on Facebook. Thank you for that. Anybody joining us here on Facebook, it's a rare moment in the afternoon when we get a pursuit. But this one was a wild one right now. It's more of a standoff. Big questions are, does he know? Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. This is just getting more and more interesting. The address where they're at is multiple 911 calls and somebody with special needs because of the multiple calls. I'm trying to be very PC because we're still live on Facebook, but basically that's what they're saying right now. But at any rate, this is getting more and more interesting, even though it's a standoff, which sometimes is not that visually entertaining. But you know, the crazy pursuit got us here. The vehicle not registered to this home where it came to an end here on Orion. The driver basically parked the vehicle, if you can call it that, stopped the vehicle in front of the home, and then got out and ran inside the home. There apparently is a female that had come out. We can't really see it through the trees, but the LAPD helicopter actually saw this female come out of the house and then go back inside. So does he know this person? Does he not know this person? Those are the questions. The vehicle, the person that vehicle is registered to, you know, this is not their address, and they also have the person that vehicle is registered to also doesn't have any wants or warrants. So basically, it's a clean driving record. So it just kind of, you know, now we're wondering, is that the owner of the vehicle that was running amok this afternoon through the valley streets? So we really just don't know. A lot of unanswered questions right now. We do know suspects inside that home. We hear the officer saying he continues to look outside the window, so he clearly knows those officers are there. I'm pretty sure he's under the same impression as everybody else that those officers are just not just going to go, you know what, it wasn't worth it, let's go. So right now, it's kind of a standoff. And my little pause right there was because they were talking on on the radio, and I was just making sure that nothing dramatic's going to happen. They have been talking about neighbors. They want to talk to the neighbors, possibly to say, hey, do you know this person? Oh, no, never mind. Suspect's going into custody. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice. Just went to the Men's Warehouse. Got a nice suit. Melissa, are you hearing that this is the suspect? This looks like the suspect. If I had to guess, nope, not the suspect. Not the suspect. Probably not the suspect. Okay, hang on. Not the driver. They're getting more info from this guy, not the driver. Not the driver. Up. Wow, this is just getting stranger and stranger. Yeah, so I'm guessing you guys are staying with us. So basically, you guys just watched it just as we did. That the gentleman came out with the ill-fitting suit and talked to the officers, and the officers decide to let that person back inside the house. I'm having this sneaking feeling that person said, you know what, let me back inside, and I'm going to talk to him and get him to come out. That's the only thing that I could think. The decision-making process, clearly, these are law enforcement officers. They are on the ground. They are much better. They see things better than we do, even though we're up here in the helicopter and we got a big picture. They're down there. They're talking to these people, and they might have a better sense of what's going on. Everybody clearly knows that law enforcement, especially like like you heard us say, they have the address. Up, here we go again. Let's see what's happening now. Here we go now. They're switching to attack right now. It looks like they're going in there to take that guy into custody. Not the guy with the ill-fitting suit, but the one that was driving the reckless driver. Standing by for a code 4. Do you actually see him in there, Justin? What? Hang on. He's bleeding. Oh, he's self-inflicted wound to the hand. So, anyways, 34-year-old male. They're calling for an ambulance. So, this is coming to an end right now. That suspect in custody, apparently injured some way. They're saying self-inflicted wound. Who knows what was going on here? There's a lot more than what we just saw. But at any rate, the suspect in custody. If it was a home invasion, it's not anymore, or he's out of that house. How that gentleman with the ill-fitting suit and that woman that lives inside this home, how they fit into all this, Well, that's what we're going to have to figure out a little bit later on. But right now, though, suspect in custody. Nobody was injured in the chase. The helicopter, the LAPD helicopter, that guy needs a gold star by his name when he lands. That was some amazing flying he was doing earlier on. And like we said, right now, everything coming to an end, and you can see some push into that photographer up on the wall there. Oh, no, he's not on the wall. I thought he was on the wall. Never mind. So at any rate, I thought that guy was up on the wall. I was going to give him props for that. But at any rate, seems to be coming to an end down there. And again, at least, not at least, the best turnout that ever could be. Nobody was injured. And the suspect is in custody. Apparently some injuries. We're going to wait for the ambulance, I'm sure. And let me talk to my assignment desk. Melissa.